United States is renewing its warning that Russia could invade Ukraine at any moment amid escalating tensions in the region. President Vladimir Putin made a national TV address to Russians saying he intends to sign a decree recognizing the two Russian-led separatist republics in eastern Ukraine as independent. That move violates Ukraine's sovereignty and essentially could blow up diplomatic efforts to resolve the crisis. The U.S. and NATO allies are now weighing their response. And for more on all of this, let's bring in ABC News reporter Aaron Katersky, who's on the ground in Lviv, Ukraine now. Aaron, we're hearing in Russia that people are celebrating these developments. What kind of a reaction are you seeing in Ukraine?
Well, so far there's been a rather muted reaction, at least on the streets. It's late into the evening, but we know that in the presidential palace in Kyiv, President Zelensky has been on the phone with President Biden and with other world leaders, interested, no doubt, in what guarantees they could make about Ukrainian security going forward should President Putin decide to escalate this even further. And Russian state television did show images of what it said were spontaneous demonstrations of support after President Putin declared that the regions of Donetsk and Luhansk would be effectively sovereign. We're not sure whether those are staged. It's impossible to know whether those people that are there of their own free will or what. But if it's true, it does heed the call that we've heard coming out of eastern Ukraine for President Putin to take this very step. And crucially, Diane, it does now allow Vladimir Putin to claim that any subsequent invasion is effectively defensive, to come to the aid of the hundreds of thousands of Russian-speaking citizens who live in eastern Ukraine.
And Aaron, what did you make of the part of Putin's speech when he essentially said that Ukraine is Russia, that they are inherently Russian, and essentially that Ukraine is kind of an artificial country?
We got a history lecture from President Putin about the Soviet Union, about how Ukraine was formed. He sees it as a creation of the Bolsheviks that rightfully belongs to Russia. And the current government, President Zelensky, he called an American puppet. I'm not sure the people here in Ukraine would necessarily agree, but that's how Vladimir Putin sees it. And he seemed to be really laying the groundwork for what may be to come with his own people. This was a televised address in which he seemed to be comfortably seated in a chair and riffing without any apparent notes. And he's really talked about, I think, Diane, this was really a window into how he thinks about this. He seems to believe that Ukraine was stolen from Russia, made to become a Western puppet, and for all of the talk about what would happen with NATO or any nuclear armaments here, he really seems to believe that Ukraine rightfully belongs to an empire that he wants to control.
Okay, so Aaron, today it seemed like going into the day we had this kind of glimmer of hope for diplomacy, but potential meeting between Biden and Putin if he doesn't invade. Where does that hope stand now?
Well, it doesn't seem like there's going to be an awful lot of hope. We'll get an official word from the White House, but we've already heard from other Western leaders denouncing the action that President Putin took tonight to declare the sovereignty of these two territories in eastern Ukraine. And it does seem to all but dash hopes for a diplomatic solution. The question, though, is what Vladimir Putin does next. Will he be content to just leave it there, declaring these two independent territories, or is he going to move forward, sending Russian troops, rolling into Ukraine? If that happens, all diplomatic bets are off.
All right, Aaron Katersky, always great to have you, Aaron. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.